Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Spirit Bubble with Kara.
And Alma.
Yes, I know most of the time we have like this really deep discussion and plan, like topics that we want to hit and all that. But it's been such a positive time here that like I just think it would be really fun for us to just talk about our blessings and share, all the good things that have been happening to us.
I think so too, because, even from a standpoint of teaching others how to appreciate their blessings, because it's something that can be hard to do when you're going through rough times to
Mhm.
find the light in the moment. So, by us diving in and sharing the light in our moment, maybe we can help others find the light in theirs.
Yeah, hey, you never know. Something may resonate and that may just be like, oh wow, you know what? I didn't think about it that way.
Yep, absolutely. So
Yeah.
here's hoping. And actually just to start it off, I think my biggest blessing is the perspective that I've come to be
Oh,
able to appreciate my blessings because it's in any given moment, whether I'm up or down, I'm usually pretty good at finding the good in the moment, which helps me feel better than if I couldn't. So
yeah.
that's just what I wanted to start off with because thank goodness that I have the blessing of appreciating my blessings.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that through both of our lives, we've gone through so many times that have just been proven to be lessons to us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's again a blessing that you can find the lesson in the moment cuz a lot of times a lot of people in our world get lost in their circumstances and they feel a victim of what's going on. But when you can give purpose to what you're going through, finding the lessons that are there to learn, then it makes it a little bit easier to get through because it's not just random chaos. There's something coming from it.
Yeah, definitely. I was having kind of a brief conversation about something similar to this with somebody, and we were talking about how the misfortunes that we go through are often things that are just offsetting and teaching you how to either be a better version of yourself or leading you towards something that was better for you. Like if something is not working out and you're trying and trying and it's just not panning out in the way that you expect. And it may just be that there's something different that's actually better for you out there. And like what you're trying to do right now is not that. But you just can't see it because you're so focused on this.
Yes, absolutely. That's been my journey, honestly. It
Yeah.
was like 29 years of living the life that I thought I should live and not being able to find the happiness that I was expecting to have from it. And that took a life shakeup that took everything that I thought I wanted in life
Yeah.
from me and left me with next to nothing. And from there, I was able to rebuild a life that I could be happy in.
Oh,
And now, that was the lesson that it
yeah.
took losing everything I thought I wanted to find what I really wanted in life.
You were building this tower that you thought was the perfect one for you until it just got to a point where it could no longer and it just crumbled. You know?
Yep. And thank goodness for that crumbling because that was the shakeup that I needed to put the meaning in my life and find the details that mattered and focus on those.
Yeah.
Before it was a life plan I developed at 5 years old and carried forward until I was 29. Like no wonder that
Dang.
didn't work for me.
Wow. Since you were 5?
Yeah, it was I thought I was gonna be president of the United States, and I thought to get there, I had to take this route, going to school for a certain thing, then working and getting more degrees, and it was 5 years old, how somehow I came up with that, and that was what
Oh.
I kinda led my life through because it felt right, but it didn't feel right because
Oh,
I wasn't happy in it. So,
yeah.
losing everything, I found that happiness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, when I was young, my dream was is that I was going to be in family. I was going to marry like a blue collar kind of guy, who worked in an office or business or something. And then I was going to have 2 to 3 children. In fact, I wanted 3 children. That's what I wanted actually. And I was going to have
Oh,
this
wow.
this traditional family life, living with like a businessman, and it's just like it was just nothing like that.
Yeah, it's funny how everything you thought was going to work out, it doesn't go that way and you're happy with it because it's what you are now and you can't imagine being any other way, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? I honestly don't know what kind of a routine I would be in right now that would have allowed me to go into this deep of thought and the quiet times that would have led me to that thought. What would my routine have been?
Right. Right, because
Mhm.
when you have a husband and kids, it's not just about your journey anymore. Your journey becomes about more. And so
Mhm.
the time that you've needed to develop yourself might not have come to fruition because you were so focused on giving yourself to your family and
Right.
significant other.
Right. I've
So
had
it's
a
it's
lot.
hard to say,
Oh, yeah, go on.
oh, it's just hard to say where you'd end up, because
Yeah.
it didn't go that way and it came to where you are now.
Yeah. It just kind of took me a long time in my life to just realize that my life wasn't just about my life. Going through high school, I had these dreams for myself, and then going through high college, I was still trying to create those dreams for myself. So it just took a long time for my mind to shift from thinking about me to just thinking about the grand photo picture.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that makes so much sense though, because our world does a lot of conditioning to make us think about ourselves first. So it
Hmm.
feels natural to follow that path of always considering your personal needs before you consider what your needs are in giving to others. And I think maybe that's why so many of us get lost for so long because we forget to factor in how good it feels to help others in their journey.
Yeah, and that in itself is also a blessing as well, just the ability to be able to do that because imagine not having that spiritual connection to that wisdom and that knowledge of beyond this world. Imagine not having that. There's no way that we would understand the people approaching us talking about it if we did not have this experience ourselves. No way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree totally. I think we experience the things we need to learn to share with others. And
Mhm.
that's a blessing. When you find somebody, you cross paths with someone and you find that parallel between you where you both experienced the circumstance that's going on, maybe in different details, but you
Yeah.
can still relate to each other like we do all the time.
I know we come from these different backgrounds, but we're still able to come to the same to the same outcome and the same thought.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that to me is another blessing that you can find is that interconnectedness between strangers, between family, between friends, that connection that draws us together to to lift the moment with each other's presence. I love getting to meet and talk to people and listen to their life's journey. And that's one of the blessings of my day. Every day I get to do it. I spend
Oh,
time on Discord talking with people and
yeah,
the few times I go out in the world, I try to really connect with the people that are in my moment. And
yeah.
it's it's such a joy to get to experience that.
Yeah, those people that you connect to are blessings in their own ways as well. Because you may have something that you can teach them, but they may have something they can teach you too.
Yes, I agree with that. it's a giving thing. We're both giving because we're on the same page and we're meeting in that real way, that deep sense. You get a real glimpse of feeling accepted by somebody else because they've been there where you've been. And it's a magical feeling.
Right. It's like when I have customers and I'm up at the counter, but I have a customer asking questions about like crystals and sage and tarot cards and oracle cards and stuff. Just the pure fact that I even had experience with any of that, just it really be able it gives a leverage and where I can help educate someone else. And I've told you I love to teach.
Yes.
And so it's just that opportunity to be able to teach. It just shakes that happiness. It just
I'm right there with you. I love doing that too. That I'm not so much a teacher because I don't feel like I know enough and have enough perspective to teach somebody. Like I don't always have the right words, but I want to love them. That's my passion, like the love and like just
yeah.
lift their moment with my connection to how wonderful love is and try to share that with others. And I have that same passion to just reach out and be in other people's moments so you can do something for them.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Definitely. Well, I definitely I had a blessing I'd been waiting for today. Remember how I said we were waiting for a mattress? We got it in
Yes.
now. So now we have a
Oh,
bed.
yay. That is a blessing. Oh my goodness. When
Yes.
when you're used to sleeping on a mattress and then you go to anything else, it's a rocky transition because it's just
Yeah.
not as comfortable. And
Right.
I bet
We
tonight's sleep is going to be amazing.
Probably so. It's like at first it was mildly uncomfortable on the air mattress, and then I got used to it. And then when my back was starting to get it too used to it, I started to get the little pain. I was like, oh no, we're going too long. We're going too long on this. And now finally we're gonna be able to sleep in our own bed. We have our bedroom back, and that's gonna be so exciting.
Oh, yes. I'm so happy for that for you. That's that's a long time coming because it has been a while that you've been on that air mattress.
Yeah, well, we were waiting for the ceiling to get fully repaired and fully painted and stuff because we didn't want to say like they do the first phase of the repair, right? And then we thought, oh, well, we'll just move the mattress in, we'll just move the bed in. And then suddenly it rains heavily again, it just breaks back through. We didn't want that to happen.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'm glad that it didn't happen. I'm glad that the repairs are done, that you have your bedroom back and, life is getting back to normal after the little shakeup.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I've had my little fair share of blessings too. They knocked on the door and I was like, oh, oh, yes, yes, it's come visit.
It's like do it dance into your bedroom, showing them the way.
Please, right here, right here. Yes, thank you.
Love it.
Yeah, it's the first time that we've like really bought furniture for ourselves. Like actually gone to the store to buy furniture and then like have that kind of delivery and stuff. So it was a very interesting
Oh.
experience.
Oh, yeah, that would be a new experience, and what a
Mm-hmm.
fun one to get. I think of all the things that we should invest in ourselves, a good bed is one of those things because you
Mm,
spend so many hours a night, every single night, so why not have something that's comfortable and feels
yeah.
good that you wake up feeling better from?
Yeah. Although what's funny is for a little while, my cat was actually a little bit upset that the air mattress was deflated. I
Oh.
know he loves the air mattress and he got a little upset about it. He was,
Oh.
I know he
So
was trying
not
to
so much a
find,
blessing for Mr. Kitty.
I know he was trying to find a place to sleep and roaming around the apartment. And I'm just like, I'm sorry,
Oh.
but so maybe I'll
I
blow it
love it.
back up for him, just for him tonight.
One more night for him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So it's
Well,
been a
there's
very
another blessing.
mm,
The kitties, our kittens. We have 2 kittens, you have a cat,
mm-hmm.
and that is a definite blessing, and they provide so much love and cuteness and cuddles and just warmth to the environment.
Oh
That's
my
that's
goodness. So much love. I know, right? Like some people feel like what was it, service animals? Some people feel like dogs are the only service animal. We know what cats are so empathic too, you know?
Oh, they really are. They just sense you, and I like the thing I like about cats is they like their own space, like, they have their own requirements for how to deal with them. And dogs are kind of all over you all the time, but a cat is
Uh-huh.
like, nope, in my own time, in my own space. And it's it's a fun connection to have.
Yeah, definitely. And very, very cute photos. I'm gonna take pictures all the time.
Yes. Yes, all the time because they're always laying funny. Our little our cats both have, like, a white tuft of hair right in their pubic region. So
Really?
like, they'll yeah, it's so cute. Like, they're orange tabbies, but they have the white spot of hair, and so they'll lay over on their backs and spread their legs, and it's so cute to see their little tuft of white hair.
And then you just see what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, that's definitely been a good day for both of us. You know, we've had time with our kitties. I was actually off of work today.
Which is such a blessing. You work so hard and so many hours in a week, so those days
Yes.
off, I'm sure, are such a blessing.
Oh, definitely, definitely. So I got to spend today off, and I got the place clean before the mattress delivery people got here too. So now I have a really nice clean house, you know.
Nice, very
Yeah,
nice.
it feels very comfortable in here, and it's easy to relax, and it's just easy to be able to just sit down and realize it's okay to like pause and do nothing because it's like, wow, I already took care of that. Oh.
Yep. So you rewarded yourself with the comfort of the space now that it's all clean.
Yeah, yeah, you
I
put
like
in just
that.
that little bit of work, you know, to make it how you need it to be, and you can enjoy the rest of the evening in your own comfortable space.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just been good vibes going all around today.
Oh, yes, for sure. I My favorite thing today was I got invited to a new server on Discord. Somebody It was a
Oh,
spirituality server, and it was her personal one, and I just got to dive into deep conversation right from the beginning, and we were talking about time and consciousness
oh
and
my.
our experiences and reincarnation. I mean, we just we hit a lot of topics and it was like, this is awesome.
Oh my goodness. From someone who has an understanding and or they can come and meet you halfway on that understanding, you know.
Yep.
Nice, nice.
It
It's
was
like a
it was really nice.
that's
Like,
good.
they mentioned that it was a balanced conversation. They didn't feel like they had to say anything too positive or too negative, that we
Mhm.
could just flow words and it was comfortable and, a good conversation.
Yeah. So you got that feel good pick me up to know that you were talking and having a conversation in the right direction.
Yep, absolutely. That's absolutely it.
Okay, good, good. It's been a while since I've done servers. I don't know, I just fell out of the big time server mode, you know?
I understand. I go through my periods of being more active and not active. Like, I like to jump into conversation to find new people, and that's why I stay in the servers,
Yeah.
but I'm not always watching them and staying present with them because it's just it becomes a lot to keep up on and,
Yeah.
only so much time.
Yeah, well, and it's so much information flowing in. Like, I think that was my big thing is that there was so much information flowing in that, like, I would get one, they would be talking about one topic and be like, oh, I really want to dive. And then there's just so many conversations and wanting to dive into so much stuff. And it's just like, it was just distracting my mind from like focusing on what was in front of me and what I was experiencing right now, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Discord, online social media, all of that, it can be a huge distraction from your everyday life because
Mhm.
if you're constantly engaged with that world, you're not living in your real world. So
Right.
it's definitely got to be a balancing act to pay attention enough to what's going on in your present moment so you're not losing out.
Yeah. But it's wonderful that you're able to find moments and when it becomes helpful and guiding to other people as well that you can still represent an inspiration without necessarily having to be present all the time.
Yep, absolutely. One of the things that a lot of the people I talk to say, they like the space that we create online. So in our DMs or in the servers, they mention that it feels good to be able to share in that space, which
Yeah.
I think is a blessing because it's
Oh,
online and it's free and it's comfortable and it's sometimes things that you can't always get in the real world that you can express more easily in the virtual world.
yeah. Well, it's comfortable to be your whole self online. It's
Yes,
comfortable.
very much so.
Especially when you're in a common interest server or with your with friends that you met in those common interests too. It's just easier to be your complete natural self and all that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And a blessing that just came to mind was the keyboard. Like, it's such
Oh.
a funny thing, but I love the keyboard and how easily I can translate my thoughts with it. Like, I'm a fast typist,
Mm-hmm.
and I can pretty quickly translate the words that are in my mind. And I love that because it feels like a free flow translation of me in the moment, where when I'm in person, I'm more in my head and like distracted by what I should be saying and how I
Oh
should be,
yeah.
you know, perceived. I like typing a lot.
Yes. Me too. Me too. It's just so much easier to put the words together. Um, to in order to organize your thoughts in a way. It just works better in expressing both the wisdom and the emotion in a single thought.
Yep,
Yeah.
I
When
agree.
you get in person and you're trying to explain it, it's like, oh, well, it's like, uh,
Yes,
yeah.
my mouth does not seem to know how to translate my thoughts very well.
Oh, I
And so my
know.
words get all mixed up.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought of another blessing too that I had today. Um, I had a friend who was looking for a particular kind of photo for an article, and I just feel so blessed that I actually have my stones and stuff that I can actually
Yes.
provide that because I was asking, okay, well, what kind of photo do you need? And I used my resources here, and I took the photos and I sent it to them, and it was exactly what they needed.
Oh, yay. Wow, that's awesome.
So I got to provide some photography for an article someone was writing.
That's so cool. Like, that's a total blessing.
Mm,
Congratulations.
thanks. Well, hey, you know what? You may not necessarily always use things like this every day, but it comes in handy when it's the right time.
Yes, that's absolutely divine timing,
Yeah.
synchronicity and just finding those magical moments.
And so just having those things is a blessing that enables you to help out, you know? Like
Absolutely.
Like your tarot card selection. It's a blessing to be able to have those, because when people come to you looking for some answers or some insight, you have the selection that they need. You have opportunity to provide from different different informational perspectives.
Yes, that's so true. I love my tarot cards and I love my 6 decks that I have, and they each have their own special feel to them. And so like you said, it provides a different kind of reading based on which card or crystals or whatever you're using to divine information. Yeah, they're definitely a blessing in the moment because it's a different way to connect to the divine.
Yeah, it's a blessing to you to be able to provide that, and it is a blessing to them to be able to receive.
Oh, for sure. I like that. Dual blessings.
Absolutely, all around, all around. So it's just overall, it's been a day of gratitude. It's been a day of servitude, and then in exchange receiving, like finally having that mattress available, being able to appreciate the resources that I have been given, and just knowing that everything that we receive eventually serves into a purpose when we do it in the right mindset.
And that wisdom, that awareness, that's a blessing as well, because
Mm.
it's a gift to be so connected to what's good in your life, right?
Right. You might think, oh, well, I had such an unfortunate childhood experience, memories, blah, 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 but those are the things that really had made you aware of what you're aware of today. Like your experience of being homeless.
Oh,
What
yes, absolutely. That
what
was
if you
a
had never experienced it? What would you be the same person you are today?
I'm not, I wouldn't, I know that for sure. That period of homelessness was so defining for me and it shaped me in so many ways. And that in itself, having so little, taught me how to appreciate what little you have. And then from there, when life started to right itself again, everything seemed abundant because we had gone without for so long. And so it was definitely, it changed me. And I'm glad for it. Homelessness
Yeah.
isn't easy, but we went through it in the best of ways. We had friends. We never slept on the street or anything like that. But
Yeah.
it was, it was definitely a hard period that shaped me into the person that appreciates her blessings today.
Right. And when you take those periods of life challenges and you really embrace it till you learn from it, you become somebody better than who you were before. You become more grateful. Um, you learn, like, for example, there was a moment when my significant and I had to move back into our respective parents' home because we couldn't maintain the rent. That lesson in itself is something to teach and say, okay, well, if you don't have the money, you don't need to be trying to keep this place up, because we were hanging on to like late rent payments or missed other utility or credit card payments. We were dwindling down slowly but surely until it got to the very last moment when we just absolutely had no other funds. It was life's way of teaching us that we cannot go on this kind of income and expect to be able to live the life that we were before, you know when we had a little more.
Yep.
We can't keep living in that measure of life and expect to be able to pick up without replacing what we had lost.
Yep.
It taught us.
That's, oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was saying it taught us a lot about savings. It taught us a lot about keeping reserves.
Oh, absolutely. We went through something parallel to that where we had um an affluent lifestyle. I mean, we weren't rich or anything like that, but we
Mhm.
had money to spare, which is a blessing.
Mhm.
And but we were spending more than we made, and it was
Oh,
digging us into a hole quickly because we had taken on a house that we couldn't afford, and it things went belly up. And then I lost my mind, and we lost half the income, and that that really just took us through it. So,
yeah.
you know, it's it's a hard time when you lose the ability to afford life, but it
Mhm.
is a perspective teaching circumstance that
Very.
can aid you in becoming a better person, like you said.
Yeah, you get rewarded with that knowledge from that experience. And because of that experience of having to move back into our parents' house and start all the way back over on savings and all the way back over on moving out, it taught us better financial practices. It taught us to actually try to get a savings. It taught us how things can pop up like that and things can happen. And we can't just rely on one thing working for the rest of our life. We have to add, we have to adapt, we have to save, we have to consider for these possibilities. Like I could lose my job tomorrow, you know?
Yep.
And now
Yep. And you can't
thankfully,
know.
yeah, thankfully now that we had that experience before when a job was lost and then we fell. Now we knew better and we built a backup. We built a savings. So if I did lose my job tomorrow, I don't have to do that again. It's new
That's
knowledge.
good. And that's a blessing to have that in that savings, because it's kind of like comfort to remind you that even if things go really bad, you've still got a little bit to save you before it gets really, really bad,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. Now I don't think it would necessarily carry us like for like years now, and we don't have it that built up that much. But at least I know that I would have the window opportunity for a little bit of time to say job search, without us falling, on our butts. So
That's nice. That's a real blessing. I mean, I know a lot of people are working hard and barely getting by. And so to be able to have a savings, that's a definite blessing.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Those experiences, they teach us.
Yes, they do. I
and
love that.
And yeah, that knowledge that we gain is definitely a blessing that just turns us for the better, for sure. So definitely grateful for everything that led up to it.
Mhm. For
Mhm.
sure. I agree. And I can't say it enough. That's from the experience of my life. I look back and I find happiness in the moments because it made me into the person I am today. And so whether the moments before were high or low, I made it through them. And if I'm happy now, you got to be happy with what came before.
Yeah,
And so that perspective, again, I guess I'm coming back to how much I appreciate that perspective
yeah,
of loving the life I'm leading.
yeah, definitely. And here now we are spreading the gratitude to others. Um, I'm hoping you guys are able to get something. I know that this has been a lot more of a casual conversation than we're used to. Um, but we're hoping that, you have been able to gain something. Maybe you had an experience similar. Maybe we can help shape a positive view of that.
Absolutely. So, as we've shared our blessings in the comments, you could leave your blessings that are blessing you right now.
Yes. What have you learned that has helped you the most? What have you received? What's something that has just really helped bless you and give you that positive impact on your life to keep you lifted? We would love to hear that from you.
Yes, we would.
Yes. Thank you so much, though, for stopping and listening to our stories. And we will talk to you next time.
Until next time.
Yes, like, subscribe, comment, let us know, and we'll be right back with you. So until then, you guys have a great night, great day, whatever time it may be over there. We're just gonna spread that positivity and that gratefulness. So
So have a good one, and we'll see you soon.
see you soon.